Today we're going to go ahead and talk about Vanguard and if it's worth getting. That is probably the most popular question a lot of people have been asking. Basically, does the game suck? Is it going to have any replay value? As you can see, I have over 19 hours played, which obviously there is a huge fun factor. Even as a content creator, there's certain challenges, levels. So we'll be ready for the integration with the Pacific in about a month. But there are other issues that are holding the game back that I definitely think you should be aware of before you actually spend your money, which is a huge deal. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to find your way back, subscribe with notifications on. Reminder, my Gfuel code is discounted till the 11th for 30% off. So if you're looking to stock up or try something new, definitely go ahead and use code JGOD or the link near the top of the description. So one of the biggest issues with this game currently is the amount of bugs that are within the game. There are so many bugs holding this game back. Notably with the challenges, there's several challenges that if you want to complete, they just do not make sense. So if I go to a weapon like the automaton, which you can see here in the background, one of the issues with it is if you're trying to do the camo challenges, you can see I did 10 out of 10 all the way across. I've done 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And then this specific one right here, it says you need to aim down sight with the sniper barrel, express broadsword stock, and the assassin proficiency equipped. And there are several challenges that are like this on several guns. This particular proficiency does not even exist. We can go through all of these. I tried one kill with each of those to see if it would work, and then I tried it also without any equipped, and it doesn't work. And this is a similar issue with a lot of the weapons in the game. Even though I just finished the G43, we got that one gold. One of the problems with this one is you can't actually do this level 65 challenge because you don't unlock the attachment until like level 68 or 69. So it's there, you can't accomplish anything, and then by the time it gets to the next one, you already got to work the next one, but then you're kind of behind on that one. So there are some issues like that with bugs. There are a lot of other bugs that we'll go ahead and talk about. There's currently a bug with S&D that impacts that entire game mode. So if you're a fan of S&D, it will contribute to that. Where if you go ahead and plant the bomb and then you just look at the bomb, you'll get a different text appear. It'll say defend, and then it'll change to something else once the person actually starts disarming it, which allows you to go ahead and kind of just pre-aim it, position yourself out of position, out of line of sight, just watch the bomb, and as soon as that changes, you swap over. So that's a huge issue there. The other thing that's bugged is play of the game. If you actually ever made it to the end of a game, you'll know that it ends up doing like 1 to 2 kills. If you had like a 7 kill and it was some phenomenal play, it just cuts off and your player flops. It's like, what the heck? How long have we had play of the game, kill cams, and all these types of things? Why are these simple things being swept under, and why are they still existing? I'll go ahead and keep going down. We also have packet burst, specifically on Oasis. This is kind of like a common theme. A lot of people said, hey, if you change your settings, it'll reduce the packet burst, which I think it does. But on Oasis, no matter how many times you play Oasis, there is packet burst for the entire match. It's like, why? Why is one map causing so many issues? Getting back to challenges, the reticle challenges are all bugged. If you actually go to try to unlock any of the reticles, they do not work for multiplayer. It was basically ADS, get kills, they should unlock, but they do work in zombies. But unfortunately, when you even do them in zombies, the reticle that it displays in the pre-menu or the preview is not accurate. It doesn't even match. One will be green and the other one's like orange. It's like, what the heck are you unlocking? And then they don't even have the designs. They just have the circles that are colored without the thing in the middle, which is incredibly annoying because all this progress that you would be getting organically is just not happening, because all of your guns, if you're going to be running an optic, you should be progressing towards those individual challenges. How can they still be bugged after all these years? If you can't manage to put all those challenges in the game, you probably shouldn't have them. And then there's a bunch of other challenges that are bugged, where it's like wins or damage or kills in the actual challenge area, which is kind of annoying. It's like, what the heck is going on? How can we have so many issues with the game at launch? The other part is specifically when it comes to gunplay. True Game Data put it out, as well as Exclusive Ace, about Bloom. Essentially a Bloom's mechanic where there is a certain level of randomization in the actual burst. And this is separate from recoil, because normally recoil is if you fire one bullet, fire one bullet, fire one bullet, it will continue to go to the exact same spot. If you hold the trigger, it will do the very similar recoil pattern within like a very close tolerance, so it's not outside a boundary. So it's very predictable, and that's what the whole thing is with predictive recoil. Well, Bloom, what it does is when you fire, the bullets sometimes go to the left, sometimes the right, sometimes high, sometimes low, based off the attachments you have, which is very weird because it's randomized. So you can have your shot lined up, shoot, and then all of a sudden the bullet goes wherever the heck it wants and not necessarily where you were aiming, which just lowers the skill gap. It adds a randomized factor into an already low skill gap game. And I'm a little bit fearful of them actually adding that over with the engine once Vanguard happens with the integration of the Pacific. So I'd be aware of that in terms of Warzone, just understanding how the mechanic works if they decide to switch that over. On top of that, flinch is incredibly broken. I even posted it on my Twitter. Here was the example that I posted over on Twitter. What you're going to see is I aim and then look at it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it in real time so you can see. Look at the flinch. And this is happening in real time in every fight. Obviously, it's different mechanics, but flinch is not really something that should be in a game with this much high hedge. Look at my aim goes from right here up to above the roof. Look at watch. We'll go ahead and watch it again. Boom. Look at it. It goes from here all the way up here and basically makes it broken. And there's specific attachments that add flinch to your opponents. And a lot of people are running that. There's also flames where you're getting hit markers. And it's like, what the heck? Even those do less damage, they're kind of annoying because they mess up your screen, reduce visibility. It would not be a big issue. If they had this amount of flinch and the TTK was higher, then it's like, all right, cool. I can adjust. I got to stay on target. But no, this is like, boom, if I land my second shot, this guy dies. But because of this, now I'm shooting above this house, and then he lands his 2 shots, fully automatic STG, and then you essentially die. Another thing is the stat differences between multiplayer and Warzone. The STG has already been added to Warzone. True Game Data already put it up on his site. So I thought I'd show this as a good comparison because it's relatively easy to see the differences here. So right here, you can see that they have the exact same fire rate, but when it comes to the headshot damage, it does way less damage when it comes to Warzone versus the multiplayer aspect of it. And that just kind of throws a lot of things out of whack because that means that they're really not building the engine to match. They said, oh, it'd be seamless integration, same engine. Whatever's happening, does that mean the stats will all change and modify once the integration happens? Because those stats aren't aligned. You can see the ranges are different, all of the damage values, but right there you can see plain as day, these are both the STG, one for multiplayer and one for Warzone, which these are not adding up. And another crazy part is that sometimes your perks are not actually active, despite what you believe. When you load into a match, it'll say you have them. And I notice this more with the forward intel perk because it's very obvious to tell when this perk is active versus some perks, it's a little bit less obvious. You will not get any of the intel. The map size won't be the same. And even if you swap perks, change classes, it will not reactivate this perk, which is a huge problem. If you're going to dedicate one perk to this, if it's not functioning the way it's supposed to, how does that even happen? So I just wanted to let you know the game is incredibly fun. I'm enjoying my time, but these little things holding it back, especially if you want to progress. The leveling is very slow for the weapons. Most of the weapons have 70 levels. As a casual, this game is a little too extreme, I think, for the average person. And there are a lot of issues that are holding it back, including an FOV bug. Obviously, they added FOV to console, but there's some times where if you die in a certain situation, you end up getting locked at 70 FOV, have to restart your game or go into a private match and reset it. Like the bugs, and this is just a handful of bugs that I listed. There's several bugs and issues that are holding this game back. And personally, the biggest problem for me is this part right here. I get that you got to be excited about the launch of the game, but not to even address any of the issues that I just mentioned that we're aware that people were aware of the first day the game came out 3 days ago. They should have said, hey, you know what? Patch can't go out till Tuesday. We're taking care of a bunch of stuff. Look at our Trello board or whatever the case is. That's the part that's frustrating. I know they're working hard. The launch of a game is incredibly important and a lot of moving parts and all those types of things. But for there to be no tweet, dead silence about the actual issues of the game is a problem, in my opinion, especially from the consumer's perspective, that you're not being heard about the problems. And if they're not going to fix those and you're not aware when they're going to fix them, what is going on? So hopefully this helps you guys kind of understand where the game is currently at. It is incredibly fun. Probably one of the most fun Call of Duties I've played in a very long time, especially on launch. But it has so many things holding it back, which is kind of annoying that you can't just enjoy the game in peace. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do me a favor, hit the like button if you're brand new and want to find your way back. Subscribe with notifications on. Reminder, my Gfuel code is 30% off if you want to use code JGOD or the link in the description. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.